So do I. Five, four, three, two, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Terenure College take the field first. St. Mary's College will await them. The meeting of these two emphasising how open the competition has been this season. But Mary's are the holders, and last time, and the only time they met Terenure, was back in 1969. Mary's won. Grissing and Finlay were names that featured in that side. Liam Grissing's son, Stephen, Michael Finlay's son, Michael Jr. are in the back division for Mary's today. In the pack, the Leinster Schools captain, Paul Nash, leads St. Mary's College from the back row, which also includes Conor McInerney, the youngest player on the pitch, just 16 years of age last month. Terenure College won the Leinster Senior Cup in 2001, and two of that team feature in their pack this afternoon. Keith Malloy, the hooker, and the captain, Alex Dunlop. Behind the scrum there without their injured captain, David Cabazon, but he is fit to be on the bench. That means Robert McCarthy plays in his position at fullback, and Conor Doyle is in McCarthy's place on the right wing. The pack led by Alex Dunlop, a veteran of 2001 as well, a substitute in that final. His brother Donald captained that team when they beat Blackrock. David Keane, the referee development officer with the IRFU, is today's match referee. Just 25 years of age, but 8 years a referee. And he's leading a team that has an average age of 25, with Éanna O'Dowd and Alan Rogan on the touchlines.
Make sure they're behind you, okay? Stay behind the kicker!
Terenure College begin the game. Conor Gildee, their standoff half, almost to the 22. The sun posing a problem there for David Fallon, the Mary's hooker.
Get your feet, stay on!
Back on the Mary's side, and well away by their out half, Jonathan Sexton.
Open up on me.
Sexton, Leinster Irish Schools out half.
Straight line. Yeah, straight line.
Keith Malloy, cup winner for Terenure College in 2001. Opted for the front of the line.
Hands away, stay
And Terenure attempting to cross that gain line, but without any success, but now they're away. And nicely back. And a well-rehearsed move, trying to set McCarthy away. But Terenure didn't stay up. Penalised in that ruck, and it's a penalty against them to Mary's. Sexton. Bringing play to just short of halfway.
Open up. Keep the gap, okay?
Again, the front of the line is used, the ball is there. Europe won the line out. It's Gildee. And the kick for position. Across comes Brophy. And the ball took an unkind bounce. Touch and a St. Mary's throw.
Both hookers, where are you? Must stay 5, okay? You must stay 5 in the line. You must take within the 5, okay? Both feet.
Unusually,
Open.
it's not the hooker who throws, Gavin O'Mara. Missed the semi-final through injury. He's playing his part here.
Hands away.
And Mary's won the penalty for the infringement in the line-out.
There we go.
Left-footed Michael Finley finding the touch.
Open.
O'Mara's throw once more. Knocked forward at the back, advantage played. Donahue couldn't take it.
Hands away, stay on.
After that knock on, Mary's have the advantage, and it's back with Sexton. McCarthy deceived by the bounce, determined not to knock it on himself, and then a kick right back into Mary's territory. Philip Brophy again deceived by the bounce. And his kick charged down by the onrushing Conor Doyle. And it turned into a very good kick by McCarthy that has put the pressure right back on Mary's.
Don't kick the man out in the air, okay? Don't close the gap. Advantage blue.
There was an infringement there, advantage being played, and Sexton away with the ball and away into touch again.
Advantage over. Let's go. Your ball, yeah? There's only a scrum. Open up.
Well taken, first clean line-out ball that we've seen so far. Terenure using it to good advantage. Mary's got a heave on, but you're away. Niall McCann. Ball went forward, that was unfortunate. But the powerful prop, Niall McCann, taking Terenure College deep into Mary's territory. And certainly they have enjoyed all the territorial advantage in the opening 5 minutes.
Touch. Engage. Steady. Steady it. Right shoulders. Stand up. Square and steady, as you promised. Okay? No. Try to touch. Engage. Steady. Hold the wheel. Okay, no touch.
Nicely back. Dermot, Sexton, and away. Pressure eased. And he's seen a lot of the ball, Jonathan Sexton, and most of it in defensive positions.
45 degrees both teams, okay? 45 degrees. Come on.
engaging in a huddle just before the line-out, which is, doesn't exactly please the referee. Malloy to throw. Beautifully taken by Donoghue. And nicely smuggled. Short side for David Brophy. Brophy still going. Brophy, that's the line. 5 meters short. Swift pick-up and a further drive. And presented once again for Terenure, and they're over that line. Can they get the ball down? David Keane is a very close look. They have it again. Back it comes to Gildee. Gildee, oh, they lost it there. Gary Byrne had the chance and a chance of a counter-attack by Marys, but put down by Gildee. A tough tackle after the unfortunate knock forward that cost them the chance of an opening try.
Far side.
Back again for Sexton. And relieved that that should have gone, but Terenure were offside. It won't be a line-out, it'll be a penalty to St. Mary's, who were fortunate to survive that thrust. Well, Muir were all over them there, and we're almost in. Spun back, here's Gildee, here's the rehearsed move, but unfortunately the ball was lost as Gary Byrne came onto it, and maybe a touch of a high tackle about that, but the referee didn't see it as such. Anyway, the offside means that it's a penalty to Marys, and Jonathan Sexton has found the touch. Worrying open moments for the Rathmines team.
Open, open. Come in, Marys, come in. Keep the gap, keep the gap.
This Heidi ball has worked out to Mary's advantage. O'Mara has stepped in touch.
Advantage there, knocked on.
To knock on, it'll be a scrum. The knock on was in the line out. Marys couldn't take advantage, so it's there put into the scrum. This was as close as it gets. They really had the line opened up there, but unfortunately Gary Byrne spilled in.
Steady, steady.
Heave on there from Terenure. Brian McDermott waits. And McDermott back for Sexton. Taken standing still. Straight down the middle. Robert McCarthy finding the bouncing ball a problem again. And now the chance for Byrne. Hands went in there. Anxiety on Mary's part. Penalty to Terenure. Mary's first attacking opportunity ends in a penalty to the opposition. That's a decent kick. Conor Gildee has brought play back inside the St. Mary's half.
Open, open, open.
Middle of the line gets stolen by Mary's.
Out you go, Q, get out.
They've made a good 5 meters there. Good shove on by the pack in blue.
Hands away.
Ball there for Mary's. Here's Sexton. It's the first time he gets a chance to use his three-quarters. Finlay kicking for space. Across comes McCarthy. Stood up nicely for him this time. No way past Owen Lernahan. Better from Mary's.
Stay on your feet, roll away. Hands away. No touch, get out of it.
It's come for Terenure. Back for Brophy. Gildee. And a bounce that almost beat Philip Brophy, but Brophy now in possession and determined to have a run himself.
Come back, play.
But no way forward.
Hands away.
Back on the Mary side once more. Sexton. And again, the bounce favouring Terenure and fielding it. Robert McCarthy. Spun here for Conor Gildee. Gildee to try and work the touchline. No, he's going to test the fullback again. Brophy able to take and inside his 22 and find a decent touch almost at halfway. No, he doesn't. The bounce took it inside again. Obviously the breeze pitch level is proving problematical for the kickers. Back it comes from Brophy. Gildee. Brophy once more.
Anymore.
And the This time it's the Terenure Brophy, David the scrum half. And the edginess in the opening 10 minutes of this final, all too apparent. Another knock on, this time by the Terenure scrum half.
Square and steady, must be square and steady, wasn't the last time, 5 up to 3.
Philip Brophy trying to run from deep inside us.
Back, come on, right to touch, right to touch, engage, steady, steady. Up to come, free kick, not square, not square.
Terenure holding the scrum before
Play advantage,
received the ball.
Roll away, far side.
Now it's there for St Mary's once more. Sexton. With a kick over the defenders, across comes Robert McCarthy, and another knock on. Just spun away from him as he tried to gather it in. Causing problems for both sides. The decent position of their pack can turn it to advantage. In it goes from Brian McDermott, held at the feet of Gavin O'Mara. Oh, nice little dummy from the scrum half. McDermott trying to find a way through, not succeeding, but the support is there for the pack, and he's ready to make use of it if they can get it. And they have, but they got it by illegal use of the hand on the ground, and it's a penalty against St Mary's. Line's cleared. Turning your line up. Tidy ball at the front of the line, but Terenure have put it to good use. Gildee cut that away well, under pressure. It seems to be getting out a little bit quicker, but it was untidy ball and the halfbacks did well. A bit of lace work on the part of Niall McCann, but now he's fit to take his place in the line out. The throw to come from Gavin O'Mara for Mary's. It'll be taken in the middle of the line by Conor McInerney. And now, Sexton. Great burst this by Gary Roach. Roach looking for the gap. And then involving Owen Lernahan. But the flag went up, they were in touch. But that's the best we've seen from Mary so far. Swift hands from the line out. Well won by Conor McInerney. Along that line, the loop from Gary Roach, the right wing. Brilliantly taken by the young man, the youngest on the pitch. And then swiftly out through Sexton. And here comes the right wing. Gary Roach with pace. Finding the gap, support outside of Owen Lernahan, but into touch they went. Best move of the match so far coming from St Mary's. Terenure defend, and away it goes from Gildee's right boot. Not into touch. Philip Brophy to attack for St Mary's. Brophy still. Finally the flag shoots up, it's in touch, but that's great ground made by Mary's. And after an opening few minutes, but Terenure were very definitely on top. Now Mary's have found their game. Quarter of an hour gone. No score as yet, but the pendulum has swung in the blue direction. Taken by Alex Dunlop.
All the way, 6, hands away! Back off, back off!
Gildy. Kick in behind Gary Roach. Gathered in by Roach. And now another run from the Mary's right wing. Power and pace is away. And now the chance. Stephen Grissing. Grissing stopped just at the touchline. Ball is out. Be a line out to Terenure. But this was Gary Roach again, the right wing, now operating on his own wing. And almost in touch, found Grissing inside him. Pacey run from him. Stopped rather high by Robert McCarthy, the fullback, and ultimately a line-out to Terenure, whose flanker Keith O'Malley-Farrell is the one who's in need of attention. To the back, but not particularly accurately thrown. Almost there for Mary's, picked up now by McDermott.
Back, you're off! Stay on!
Decent drive by Mary's. Now they need the ball. They've got it, and it's Brendan Smith trying to make ground. Back with McDermott, Sexton, and now Finlay, Grissing, full-back Brophy. Ran straight into the tackle, but it's still there for Mary's if they can get over it. And they haven't been able to do that. The reason they weren't again was illegal use of the hands. Terenure penalised, and this a penalty within range. Niall McCann in trouble.
I didn't mean to shout the last time, I just didn't want you to do anything silly. Yeah.
Hands in the ruck. Terenure penalised, and Jonathan Sexton has the chance to put the first points on the board in this Leinster Senior Cup final. Seems straightforward enough for a right-footed kicker from that side, but of course with an uncertain breeze down at pitch level, it's a difficult kick. Through the mental rehearsal, and then here he comes. Jonathan Sexton, sweetly struck. Touch judges have a good look. It didn't make it all the way to the post though, and a chance for Conor Gildee to touch it down and restart with a 22-metre dropout.
Across, only go up, okay? Only go up, don't come across. Stay behind! Stay behind!
Well, he certainly seemed to have the accuracy, but just didn't have the distance, and it fell to the right of the post.
Go! Don't touch! Let's go, fight! Far side!
Back once again with Mary's. Now Finlay. Taken by Donoghue.
Get out of it!
Stolen by Terenure. Scrum half Brophy. Lovely little kick. Bringing play right back inside the St Mary's half. They've been camped at Terenure territory for a good few minutes, but they've had nothing to show for it. And now the Nure back inside Mary's hand.
Straight line, straight line.
Tidy ball again.
When you need an
And got the possession. Get out. There, in the midst of that rock. Scrum to Terenure.
Knock on. Yeah, no, just a mess. Fight to touch. Fight to touch. Fight to touch. Engage. Steady. Steady it. Hold. Free kick. No, wait. Right before the mark. Time to go. 10.
Mary's front row penalised. Free kick to Terenure. Mark Hamilton. Hamilton again, but he can't move forward. Mattered not though, because Mary's weren't back to 10 metres, so the free kick is taken 10 metres further forward. This time it's the hooker Keith Malloy, trying to batter his way through, stopped by Paul Nash.
It's a rock, hands off, stay on!
Through the hands of Gildee, Harrison, Byrne. Good cover defence by St Mary's. And the touchline might yet come, indeed it does, before the ball had been released.
Hey, in there, Rugby. No, sure? What? Where is he? Open up. Thank you.
O'Mara throws.
Stay on, stay on!
Mary's in command.
Far side!
Nicely back. McDermott for Sexton. And from inside the 22. He can find the touch. Just at fifth year, Jonathan Sexton. Leinster and Irish schools out half.
You okay? Hold on.
Keith Malloy, having received attention, will now throw to the line-out. Taken at the centre of the line. A decent drive on from Mary's here. Paul Nash, the captain, leading by example. And now a chance to burst through the Terenure cover. That's the Terenure 10-metre line. McDermott, Sexton, kicking for position up that touchline. Deceived. Conor Doyle with a little kick over his head. The line out is the Terenure, and significantly, Mary's are back inside the Nure 22. And it's Jonathan Sexton, whose astute little kick has brought them there.
Open. Drop. Out to go, it's a rock, let go, off, stay on!
Terenure have it. Gildee. It's in touch.
open. Gap.
Always a colourful and noisy occasion, a Schools Cup final. Stolen there by Brian Maroney. It's well done by Terenure, and nicely back. Here's Gildee, and now Harrison, the opportunity to run at Mary's again. They did well to retrieve that, Terenure, having lost the initiative. The chance to get back inside the half. Maroney put to ground. Brophy, a little ahead of Gildee. Stood up nicely for the fullback McCarthy. And a Gary Owen there to test the left wing Lernahan. The bounce has taken it out of play. Line out to St. Mary's. Over on the wing, but filling in for the injured captain at full-back, Robert McCarthy.
Open up, gap. Yeah, but stay!
Taken by Brendan Smith for Mary's. Heel and wheel, and move forward. And now back through McDermott to Sexton. Sexton reluctant to set the three-quarters in motion so deep in his own half. And here's McCarthy. And McCarthy using his winger's speed, but put in touch. Line out to Mary's. But there was an indication of the threat that Robert McCarthy can pose. And he gets the foot down. The acceleration is superb. Ran onto the pass here and skipped past the first tackler, but the cover was there to force him into touch. Exciting runner, Robert McCarthy. O'Mara throws. Taken by Boo.
Right to go. Far side, Brock, come around.
Mary still with the ball. Here's Sexton again. Thrown beautifully by Grissing to take it pace. There's a gap here for Stephen Grissing. Facing McCarthy, the fullback. Grissing trying to go on his own. McCarthy's got him and put him down well. But a great run that by Grissing to take Mary's back into the Terenure 22.
Get out. Stay on, you're off. Back.
In control of the ball again. Big Brendan Smith there, but forced back by the Newer pack.
All the way, 9.
Still there and available for Mary's. Here's Sexton. Sexton now for Finlay. Finlay stopped, sucking the cover, try and get it wide again. Wasn't coming. Scrum to Mary's. This was Grissing on the run, but the fullback watched his man, wouldn't let him go, and when he went for the outside, was there to put him down, rather unorthodoxly, but nonetheless effectively. Already, 30th minute of the contest. Words of advice from Conor Gildee for his three-quarters.
On my engage, no. Try to touch, engage, in quicker. Let's go.
Great shove on by Terenure. Mary's pickup. O'Mara.
That's okay.
Stolen back by O'Malley Farrell for Terenure.
Out you go, don't touch it, get out of it. Back on.
Back with Gildee. Clearing kick and a good one too. The linchpin of the Terenure side, Conor Gildee. And they'll have him next year as well. He's just in 5th year.
Line to mark. line's mark.
Still they await their first points to cheer.
Too close, too close. Free, move out. Move out.
It's Nash, the captain, presented to the scrum half of McDermott.
Back on, back
And well presented once again. Brendan Smith taking over.
Five, get out of it. Far sides are off.
McDermott picking it out. A look here for Sexton. Now Grissing. Finley's gone around outside him on the loop. Still Finley, broke the tackle there of Byrne. Finley still, support from the fullback Brophy. Now the wing, Gary Roach.
All away.
More good running from St. Mary's.
Back you go.
McDermott has broken free. Now the prop, Brad McGovern. That's the 22-metre line. Mary's on the rampage. McDermott, Sexton going short side, unfortunate with his kick there, and now it's left to Brophy to try and hold the fort while the pack gather round him. But it's back again for St. Mary's, this time thrown really wide at Finley with an attempt to drop the goal, but it's gone underneath the crossbar and away for 22-metre dropout. Michael Finley, whose dad of the same name tasted success with Mary's when they beat Terenure back in 1969. And this would have been one for the family trophy cabinet had it gone over, but it dropped short. To restart. That hung up nicely, but just a little too far ahead. Fielded by McInerney, who's put into touch. The line out will be to Terenure. Nicely along the line. Byrne attempted the break.
Roll away, roll away.
Without success, but it's still there for Terenure. Kildee. Oh, that's meat and drink to the fullback Brophy.
Away, Blue, away.
A long one from him. Gives the opportunity to McCarthy to attack Mary's. It's Grissing. No knock on, it went backwards. Grissing hasn't found the touch. Sherlock. It's Brophy onto it. And this time sailing high and over that touchline. Line out to Terenure College. Terenure beginning to bust the line out through their number 8, Alex Dunlop. This is Brian Maroney. McCarthy. McCarthy has found the gap. Assistance from Gary Byrne, but ball forward. This was the burst forward by Brian Maroney. And then the fullback Robert McCarthy joined the attack. It all ended rather untightly, though.
No.
We have a scrum.
Steady, go. Let's go. Hold the drive.
McDermott back with Sexton. Came off his right foot rather well there to open the gap to send it to touch, and he's brought it up to the 10-metre line. We're past the 35-minute mark, but there were a few stoppages for injury in the first half.
Here we are, open up. Pick the gaps, yeah?
Thrown by Malloy.
No, return effect.
It's quickly taken free kick by Terenure.
Roll away, one, roll away, it's a rock. It's a rock.
Goal is there for Terenure.
Roll away, 3, let go, back to goal.
Now, Gildee, McCarthy.
Roll
No way through for Doyle.
It's a rock. He's won that play.
Back once more with Gildee. The number 8 Dunlop. Could be the last attack of the first half. It's Gildee once again. Looking for the support inside from the hook of Malloy, who loves to go on those rampaging runs. The ball is squirted free. And Mary's have snuffed out the attack. And McDermott has found the touch. And it's away for a line-out that won't take place because that's half-time at Lansdowne Road. We've had one penalty from St Mary's that Jonathan Sexton failed to convert. Other than that, Terenure on top to begin with. Mary's on top as the half came to its conclusion. But still scoreless at Lansdowne Road. We'll be back with the second half right after this.
The presentation of the Captain Medal round of today's final will take place after the pitch. Therefore, as respect to both the winning and losing side, these would not be close on the playing surface after the final whistle in order to allow the presentation to take place. Thank you.
Welcome back to Lansdowne Road. We're all set for the second half. St Mary's College 0, Terenure College 0. And Jonathan Sexton for St Mary's starts the second half. And looking to invite a 22-metre dropout so that they can get the possession back. But unfortunately, it rolled right out, which means they've got to come right back to the halfway line for a scrum. One gamble that didn't pay off. And the first scrum of the second half. The ball hasn't come back from its excursion to the dead ball line behind the Terenure post. Now we're all set to go. In from Brophy, picked up by Dunlop. Brophy now looking for the gap. Here he goes, David Brophy. Brophy with the 22 meeting him. Put to ground, but the ball is there for Terenure. A really speedy run by the Terenure scrum half. And they still have the possession, and it's presented for him again. Back now with Gildee. Gildee for Harrison. Harrison stopped at the 22. It's Mary's attempt to turn it over, but they failed. It's back with Gildee once more, and the little kick bouncing nicely into touch. Line out to Mary's, but Terenure are inside their 22. That was a great break by David Brophy. Really powerful burst, but what a tackle to put him down by Stephen Grissing. Taken by Smith.
Now play on, stay back, stay back.
Back to Sexton. And he's gone straight down the middle to try and open things up a bit. Robert McCarthy there for Terenure. McCarthy through the hands of Byrne. Now to Sherlock. Possession maintained though. Went forward. Frustration for those supporting the hoop shirts in Lansdowne Road, and that should have gone forward. The burst by McCarthy, the wing turn full-back, to begin the attack, but it ended with a knock-on.
Wait. Try to touch. Engage. Turn the organ back. Go in a mind gauge, okay, go in as the units.
David Fallon, Mary's hooker in the wars, after a scrum formed rather too early.
What? Well, I don't know, it was between the 6 of you going in. What? What's wrong with them? One's wearing new boots. Hurry up now.
This was the scrum that didn't form, and through it all, David Fallon went down to ground, and maybe the referee spotted that he had a problem. Now back on his feet.
Five.
Terenure wheel.
9, stay back, 9, stay back.
For Sexton. Good take that by Sherlock. Now McCarthy. Offloaded to Byrne. Byrne for Doyle. Doyle's got pace. Connor Doyle. Good tackle though by Grissing. Pacey run. by the wing. Great take by Andrew Sherlock, and involving McCarthy. The back three all involved. Finally, Doyle on the burst, but a fine tackle by Grissing, ending the movement. Terenure have won the line-out. Brophy. Hamilton.
Straight over the top.
Terenure went right over the top and gave away the penalty from a good position. Sexton's kick hasn't found touch. Well, courtesy of Conor Doyle's mishandle, it has.
Wait till he's on the ground. No hitting in the air. Both teams. Don't touch the man in the air, both teams. He's got to hit the ground.
Omar is thrown.
Now the ball.
Now it's with McGovern.
Let go, it's a rock, get go, hands
It's
up.
away from Mary's. Sexton, Finlay, Grissing. Got his pass away well. Brophy still at his feet, now down. The ball should be there for Mary's, and it is. And round the short side goes David Fallon.
Roll away, Abe,
That's
roll
the
away.
Terenure 22. Picked out by McDermott. Sexton, the long pass to Finlay. Finlay, the kick for the corner. Lernahan chases. But out it goes, touch in goal. Kick was just a little overhit, and Owen Lernahan's chase was in vain.
Just going back. Went down. Lights and touch. Engage. Steady. Steady it. Hold. Play
Swiftly out.
advantage. Play advantage.
Nice little break by Brophy.
Roll away.
Picked out then by McCann.
Roll away, two. Back you go, far side.
Two players on the deck and injured as the game proceeds without them.
It's over, stay on. Ball's out, play, three, get out of it.
Terenure without a scrum half at the moment. David Brophy is down.
That's a rock, Seven, let go. Seven, let go, it's a rock. Far side.
Here's McCarthy. And that's gone straight into touch. Play will have to come back for the line out, but McCarthy has been down after that last defensive ploy that took Terenure out of a problematical situation and onto the attack until McCarthy put it straight into touch. Paul Nash, the captain of St Mary's, injured as well.
You all right? Good stuff, yeah, no worries. Yeah, no worries.
That's the Terenure scrum half who's withdrawn. David Brophy off. And they've sent on their replacement, who is Rudy Beach.
Substitution for Terenure.
2 more years at this level for Rudy Veach, getting an early call to action in the Senior Cup final. Nash still receiving attention. Nash will continue. Taken by Terenure, but the whistle is sounded. Free kick to Marys. There for scrum half McDermott. Back for Sexton. Gone straight down between the two defending players, but here's McCarthy through the first tackle, past the second, and still going McCarthy. He's got a gap here. Robert McCarthy, the pacey ex-wing, playing in fullback. Assistance for Brian Maroney. Maroney up to the 22. Picked out by Veach. Gildee. Another missed tackle. Still they push forward. Well defended by Marys, though, to kill that phase of possession. But Terenure still with their backs lined up to attack that Marys cover. And here they go short side. Gildee. Conor Gildee's found the gap. Gildee's almost there. His momentum has almost taken him over. Stopped just short of the line. Conor Gildee, a great burst by the out half. Desperate defence by Marys. It's there once more. Veach. Oh, brilliant. But great momentum in this attack from Terenure. Veach to get it out. Once more the charge for the line. The momentum all with Terenure right now. Trying to pick that ball out, and they have it. Here's Gildee again. Gildee, Harrison, stopped short once more. Gildee, knocked forward, knocked back. Hamilton pulled back in. McCann eventually unable to maintain the possession, but it doesn't matter because advantage was being played and it didn't come, and so it's a penalty to Terenure. Now this is McCarthy's burst. McCarthy, who normally play on the wing but is in for the injured captain at full back, and showing his winger's skill and pace, and great angle of running there, but then that, what a tackle from the left wing, Owen Lernahan. And eventually it moved on into another phase, but a great burst out of attack by Robert McCarthy. And then right up to the line they came. Gildee finding the gap and almost forcing his way through, but just couldn't quite make it to the line. But they have ended up with a penalty. And that penalty could prove decisive. Stephen Grissing is going to shoot for goal. Penalty chances have been few and far between in this match. There was just the one attempt that St. Mary's had, and Jonathan Sexton was unable to put it over. Gary Byrne will attempt first penalty chance for Terenure. One miss for St. Mary's. This Terenure's first chance, and it's a big kick, because we're now a quarter of an hour into the second half and no points are on the board, and this could be decisive. It's Gary Byrne. He's thought it through, now just has to execute it. Stuck sweetly. Yes! 3-0 Terenure. Gary Byrne puts the first points on the board after 50 minutes of the contest. Well, that was coolness personified. Steadied himself, calmed his nerves, and then technique was everything. Kicked through the ball beautifully over the bar. 3-0 to Terenure. And really, that last spell of attacking from Terenure deserved a reward, and they've got it. All begun by the burst out of defence by their fullback, Robert McCarthy. And here they go again. Oh, all on his own, though. Dunlop, the captain. But supporters arrive now. Picked up by Brophy. No knock on there. Gildee. Stood up from Philip Brophy. And he's found the touch. Well taken by Dunlop, the main line-out jumper for Terenure, and they're away again. And this is a chance for them to move forward once more. Conor O'Hagan in the back. Gildee missing out. Harrison at Byrne. Into the line came Doyle. Picked up now by Dunlop. And that's inside the Mary's 22. Brophy. Gildee shoveled on to Barry Maroney. Maroney puts a grab with assistance from Conor Doyle. It's there for Terenure. Mary's came over the top, advantage play. There once again for Brophy. Gildee thinking about his options. That wasn't the right one, but the tackle may have stopped them in their tracks, but no advantage was coming. And as a result, the penalty is awarded for the offence of the last run. Gildee will put it into touch to give Terenure the line out, nearer to the Mary's line. Will throw. Exactly as they'd have wished. Now the drive is on. And it's presented there for them. Brophy for Gildee. Gildee on the burst is McCarthy. Swallowed up by the cover. But still they rampage on. They're almost at that line. Ball went forward. Attack ends with a scrum to St. Mary's. Well, this was the most recent attack. McCarthy got smothered up, and somewhere in here There was a knock forward, spotted by the referee. Scrum, Terenure get the heave on, gone through the 90 degrees, it'll have to take place again. In from McDermott, once more Terenure shove. Back for Sexton, and he's lifted the pressure ever so slightly. Terenure about to make another change. Brian O'Sullivan, their utility back, is about to come on. That's gathered in by Nash. Back to Sexton. And did he touch? They've moved themselves off the pitch. They need to get back into that Terenure half. 21 minutes of the second half gone. Terenure with the lead by 3 points to 0. Sullivan on, Doyle off. It's Terenure with O'Hagan. There he's holding them up, but the possession is still with Terenure, and now a secondary heave, and they moved it forward once more. And they've made 10 metres, and now they have the possession back. Gildee, the mismove, Byrne, all the way across to McCarthy. McCarthy has pace, and the handoff got the tackler away. Possession is still there. Brophy couldn't gather it in, but instead, Lennon did. Sexton away. Fielded by Gildee. Set up the counter-attack. That's O'Sullivan. And now to the fullback, McCarthy. McCarthy brilliantly put down by Grissing. Mary's being stretched by these waves of Terenure attacks, and they have the possession once again. This time Brophy goes to the little kick over the top. Stood up for Gary Roach. Roach under pressure. Marys did well to maintain the possession out of that. Cleared away by McDermott. Into touch and a line out to Terenure. Change in the Marys team. Richard Morris is on for David Fallon. Taken by Terenure. Decent shove on here. Brophy, Gildee, now with Harrison. And here's McCarthy once more. O'Hagan assisting. Brophy, Gildee again. Dunlop. Brophy again for Gildee. They've a man over here. And here he goes, Andrew Sherlock. He found the gap once, he's found it twice, he's still going. Stopped 10 metres short. Mary's had the ball back. And Sexton can send it to touch. And this was the latest surge from Terenure. Got it away well. And shoveled on by Brian Maroney. And the opportunity was there. Sherlock to make the ground. Dunlop takes. They wait. Terenure moving forward with the ball. Stolen by Nash, but before he could make use of it, that possession disappeared and Brophy picks it out for Terenure. Gildee attempting to drop and go. Screwed off the outside of his boot. It's Owen Lernahan. A long kick upfield by McCarthy. Sullivan's kick forward is fielded by Grissing. That's Sexton. And back goes Gildee. And that stood up nicely for him. Facing Gary Roach. Well, bit of risk on. Had to be. One of those moments. To Sexton and a decent chance here for Marys. And they got the win over Lernahan. Lernahan going for the line. Lernahan through the first tackle, not through the second. But this is the best position Marys have had for quite a while, but they do need the ball out of there. And they've got it. Sexton. Now a chance for McGovern. Stopped short. Still they motor on. And almost at the line. Great drive from Marys. Picked out by McDermott. Through the hands of Sexton, this is Grissing. Great cover by Terenure though. The whistle's gone and infringement spotted further back. Penalty to St. Mary's. 5 metres from the Terenure line. David Keane was playing advantage. It didn't come. And this is a great position for St. Mary's. Oh, this was great play by Mary. Sexton through the hands then of Finlay and out to Lernahan. He came well in off his left foot, but look at that, 3 Terenure players there to make sure he wouldn't pass. So now the decision to be taken. 5 metres from the Terenure line there, 3 points adrift. It's a difficult kick from out this distance, out this range. Does he go to try and equalise it, or do they go for a rehearsed move that might bring them a try? Jonathan Sexton, he's had 1 kick at goal, that's all in this whole match. Similar sort of position, and it didn't make it. So now the decision for the captain, Paul Nash. And play held up for treatment to a Terenure player. Gary Byrne is the injured party. And the weight of responsibility rests on Jonathan Sexton. He hasn't yet indicated that he is going to have a shot at goal. So is he going to head for the corner or take their chances with a line out? Gary Byrne is having to leave the pitch. Another change for Terenure. They're bringing back Gary Roach. Into touch. The responsibility now shifts to the forwards. O'Mara will throw. We're within 3 minutes of the end of the contest, not counting stoppage time. And this is so vital. Gary Byrne has left the action with an injured knee. Big moment for St. Mary's. Taken by Smith. Will that go forward? Gathered in by O'Hagan. It did. Scrum to Terenure. Mary's in their over-anxiety, unable to threaten the Terenure line. Thrown by the number 8 O'Mara, taken by Brendan Smith. But as it was presented there, Niall Brew couldn't gather it, knocked it forward, and Terenure breathe again. Brew involved in the action that led to the scrum. Now back to pack time. That was Brian Maroney who was receiving attention for Terenure. In from Brophy. And Brophy takes the responsibility upon himself and sends it to touch. And we're in the final minute of the 35 of the second half. Frustration for Mary's. They are inside Terenure territory, but they need a score so badly. And seeking inspiration in a prepared mood. O'Mara to throw. Smith the target, but Terenure have won it. Here goes Brophy. And along the line with the fullback McCarthy. Quick handling, quick feet. Back in again from Sherlock. And Terenure have got themselves to halfway. Brophy once more, over the heads of the retreating defenders. Gathered in by Roach. Not much he could do about that. Charged down by Sherlock. And it's a line out to St. Mary's, but more significance as we enter injury time is the fact that Terenure are right back up in Mary's territory, and that could be Mary's last chance gone. Mary's with the line out, but an awful lot of that rugby pitch ahead of them before they can threaten to put points on the board. Thrown to Smith at the front again, and around they pack. Try to move it and edge it forward. And they have it back from McDermott. Sexton, and all he could do, clear his lines. Frustration for Mary's. Well, this is going to be their afternoon. Cup winners 2 seasons ago, now playing the cup holders. The only other time they met, 34 years ago, it was Mary's who won. And Terenure finally to turn the tables. Brophy. Oh. Sexton missed the tackle, it's still there for Terenure. Here's Gildee. Gildee, and now an opportunity for O'Sullivan. McCarthy joined the line. Held up short, wouldn't release the ball, penalty to Mary's. Their line survives on this occasion. But we played nearly 2 minutes of added time in this 2003 edition of the Leinster Schools Senior Cup. Sexton sends it into touch, or does he? No, he doesn't. But it goes in off a Terenure hand, that of Keith O'Malley-Farrell. This was the moment that Terenure almost found a way through. Brian O'Sullivan, and then McCarthy involved, but Mary's defence was sound. But of the greatest significance of all now is the fact that the clock shows 37.5 minutes to the start of the second half, 2.5 minutes into added time. A good take, good service. Now Sexton. Nash, the captain, trying to lead by example. Back into the Terenure half once more. But they've lost the ball. Terenure have it back. Brophy. Brophy find a way through. Great tackle that to put him down by Conor McInerney. McCann is there, Terenure, that they've played rousingly to end that attack. Once more along the line, Gildee. Terenure still drive forward. Over 3 minutes of stoppage time. Brophy over the top. Roach trying to gather it in, unsuccessfully. Desperate defence by Mary's. Terenure look to ice their cake. Mary's have the ball back. Sexton along the line. Is there to be a dramatic breakout? They have the opportunity. Full-back Brophy in the line. And now it's all down to Lernahan. Lernahan the kick ahead. Lernahan, was he impeded there by McCarthy? Back goes O'Sullivan. Mary's have got themselves up to that 22, but they want to keep the ball alive because there may be no more time after the next whistle. That is the Terenure 22. And Terenure have smuggled the ball back. And that's gone out of play for a line-out. Sent long up to safety. But there is time for the line-out. Referee and touch judge discuss how their respective stopwatches look. 4 minutes of added time played, and there's attention needed for Brian O'Sullivan. him on. Terenure's captain in the wars right at the end of this contest. Back on the Mary side. McDermott, Sexton, now Grissig. Sexton trying to get Roach free. And now back with Sexton once more. The long pass to Brophy. Brophy stopped. Ball still alive though. Here's Sexton. Little kick ahead, inviting the run onto it of Lernahan. Back goes McCarthy. McCarthy will send it to touch. And that'll be the end of the contest. And Terenure have won the cup. That penalty, a quarter of an hour into the second half, by Gary Byrne, proving sufficient to win the trophy for Terenure for the 10th time in their history. It may not have been the most flowing of finals, but it produced just a single penalty that proved decisive. And Gary Byrne, their 17-year-old centre, proved successful after 50 minutes, and that was the difference between the sides. Delight for Terenure, dismay for St Mary's, who gave it their all. Full-time score, St Mary's College 0, Terenure College 3.
Side of the playing surface, away from the pitch.
introduce the presentation, please, by Terenure. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tony DeLacy, the president of the Leinster branch.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, on behalf of the Leinster branch, I'd like to congratulate both schools on producing an absolute tremendous and exciting game here today. I'd like to say losing is never easy, but to St. Mary's, I'd say you played an absolute splendid game. You showed a lot of skill and courage, and you were a treasure. You were an example to your own school, your trainers, and to your parents. St. Mary's, well done. To get to a final is an absolute wonderful thing. There were 74 schools that played in this competition, and there are only 2 finalists. It's a wonderful competition, and I'd like to congratulate the schools committee on running an excellent competition this year. I'd also like to thank a number of people. I think Coca-Cola have to be congratulated for the very generous sponsorship that they put into the game. This goes back into the schools, and we're delighted for it. To Terenure, we say well done. I'd also like to congratulate the referee, David Keane, who had an absolute wonderful day today, and his 2 touch judges. Terenure, this is your day. I congratulate you, and well done. And now back to Kevin for the presentations of the medals.
Now boys, please remember your opponents. We want to present the runners-up medals, please. Will the Mary's boys come forward? Mary's team, please come forward. Mary's team, please. Terenure, make room for the Mary's team, please. Come on, boys, please make room for the Mary's team. Now, Terenure, you're not being fair, please. Come on, make a way there, make room, please. Well done, come on, make a passageway. Well done. Now, come on, Mary's, runners up. Come on, well done. Philip Brophy, Mary's. Calling on Philip Brophy, yes, Philip Brophy. Philip Brophy. Gary Roach. Philip Brophy. Gary Roach. Stephen Chrissing. Michael Finley. Owen Lernahan. Jonathan Sexton, Brian McDermott, Michael Houlihan, David Fallon, Brian McGovern, Conor McInerney, Brendan Smith, Niall Broom, Gavin O'Mara, Vincent Hammond, Jack Finnegan, Philip Keegan, Richard Morris, Conor O'Driscoll, Mark Abboud, James Kelly, and the captain, Paul Nash. Mrs. Casaban will present the cup and medals to Terenure. Robert McCarthy. Conor Doyle. Gary Byrne. Ronan Harrison. Andrew Sherlock, Conor Gildee, David Brophy.
Terenure College received their winners' medals from the mother of their captain of the day, Ellen Dunlop. Alex Dunlop led the team with distinction. His brother Donal was the winning captain 2 years ago when Terenure College beat Blackrock.
Brian Maroney.
And now today, it's Terenure's cup again.
O'Malley Farrell. Andrew Donoghue. Rudy Bean. Brian O'Sullivan. Killian Byrne. Tom Small. John Duggan. Connor Ponce. Conor O'Hagan. Captain of the day, Alex Dunlop. Captain of the school, David Casaban.
and the captain injured for most of the season, but now the winning captain of the cup, having played his part as a substitute in the second half, David Casabon lifts the cup for Terenure. It's theirs again, theirs for the 10th time.
David Casabon has a few words. Captain has a few words. David? Wait, now we've lost the script.
Is mór dú an uair dú an córan seo a ghlacha ar son College de Terenure. Firstly, I'd like to thank the organisers of the competition, the Schools Committee, Leinster Branch, IRFU, as well as the touch judges and referee. A big thanks goes out to the squad for all the hard work during the year, and also the people who didn't make the squad. Special thanks to the parents, Terenure College, supporters and cheerleaders. A lot of work goes on behind the scenes from people like Maeve Harrington, Billy Toomey, Des Thornton, Peter Walsh, Sandy Dunlop, Mark Dillon, Barry Murphy and also AK. Big thanks to our coaches, Charlie O'Sullivan, Jerry Murphy, Alan Ryan, and the one and only Porrick Ford. Finally, I would like to thank Paul Nash and his team for a great game today. So 3 cheers for St. Mary's. Hip hip! Hip hip! Hip hip!
Please leave the playing surface immediately. There are a number of important matches to be played on this pitch this year. Please move off the playing surface immediately.
Trophy fucking beast.
Grigor.
Hello, hello, hello. 1 2 1 2. 1 2 3 4 5. Yeah, he's not going to be using that. Okay. Okay. I'm going. For sure now.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Next time I'll make sure he's not fucked.
No, just gonna do some bits to do, but no. Yes, some victory for Terenure, champions of Leinster for 2003. So who would be the...
So the first one is...
Yeah, up to North. North
North
of the border
first.
originally.
North first.
I need to find out who won the North match and who won the Munster match.
Okay. Sorry, who won the match in the North? RBAI won.
And Munster?
Sorry, what was the Northern score? 20-3. Oh, sorry, 23-10. Wallace scored 10. Check. And the Southern score? PBC 11.
PBC 11.
Press Cork 8.
Hang on, PBC is the same, that's the same one. Was it PBC or CBC 11? Which?
C as in children, yeah? CBC 11.
CBC 11?
Press
Yeah.
8.
CBC 11, PBC 8.
That's it. Check, thank you. PBS.
I presume this is tight, is it? No, CBC and PBC.
Yeah, I'm trying to lose this.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
No, it's PB.
Presentation Brothers College Court, Christian Brothers College Court, PBC and CBC.
CBC and PBC, Ryan is saying.
Get a check on that. Yeah, so check that. Yeah, so victory for Terenure by the narrowest of margins, but they are the champions of Leinster for 2003. Let's go up to the north now, where it was RBAI against Wallace High School. Jim Neely, the commentator on this one.
Did you get that? He's not doing it again. taking a couple of shots up still.
Yeah, yeah.
I think Noel back at base is keen that we do it outside, so Michael is trying to deter him.
I'm here dissing this now. Hello, hello. Getting that mic now? Cool. There.
Thank you.
Towards the west stand or the east stand?
Yeah, so joyous celebrations for Terenure and their supporters. They are the Leinster Senior Cup champions for 2003. What about...
Check, okay. We'll be looking this way.
So what about... Yes, joyous celebrations for Terenure and their... Yes, joyous celebrations for... Yes, joyous celebrations for the supporters and players of Terenure College. They are the Leinster Senior Cup champions for 2003. Right, time for us to turn our attention to the north, where the game was being played between...
We're looking this way.
Yeah.
I'm the camera, yeah. So this, in effect, means that you have nothing to do in studio, or so correct?
We were now
trying to get Thanks, yeah, Mick. Now we turn our attention. Jimmy is yeah, Jim Neely of the BBC, that'll be the last thing you'll say. Okay.
Jim Neely of BBC is our commentator.
Yeah, exactly. It takes like a friggin' area a minute to get over to it. It's intense to do, so.
What?
No pictures.
No picture?
If you ask, James is trying to get through to his radios. You say camera 3 is plugged outside to camera 1.
Motor engineering, Michael, camera 3 is plugged outside into camera 3 position. We're trying to pull push homes and not getting anything back. Come push home, we'll check how we're going by.
Yes, so of course you can. You hold my phone for me for a sec? Thanks. It's okay, I have it. Ooh, I'm cold. What's your name? Sinead Ryle. Hi, it's all right. Listen, confirm for me. The Munster finalists were CBC and